Hello everyone. I'm Doris from Susan's family. Today, I'm bringing you a design from the Sino Style series, the Lucky Koi Lantern. For this electronic tutorial, you can visit the website and search for susodiy.com to view it. This tutorial will only cover the challenging parts. First, cut the grid board according to the pattern. Then, overlap the ends of the grid board by about 1 centimeter. Sew and secure with the main color yarn. This is what the fish body grid board looks like after securing. Secure all 3 grid boards. Then crochet the 4 main body pieces according to the diagram. The swatch here is not for reference. While crocheting the piece, compare it against the sewn grid board edge. After the piece is crocheted, also crochet the battery box. Next, assemble everything. First, assemble the fish body. Take out the battery box, sew the strap onto the main piece, and sew the hook and loop fastener onto the fabric piece. Then take out the fish body grid board. Sew the battery box to the inside of the grid board. Note the position of the opening of the battery box. Position it toward the wider side of the grid board opening. Sew it securely. Take out the battery box. Insert batteries into the battery box. Then place it inside the fabric. Remove the light strip from the battery box. Fold it a few times like this. The length should be approximately the same as 3 grid boards connected together. Note not to fold in the same stitch repeatedly, to prevent breaking it. Then insert it into the grid board. Next, sew together the sides of the fish body fabric piece. Pay attention not to sew the position from round 15 to round 17. Leave a chain space. After the fabric piece is sewn together, on the smaller side of the fish body grid board opening, cut a hole underneath. It should fit the stick perfectly. Note to match it up with the fish body fabric piece before cutting. Correspond it with the unsewn hole on the fabric piece. After the hole is cut, slip the fabric piece over the grid board. Then insert the stick. Make sure to slip on the fabric piece first, then insert the stick. Secure the top of the stick to the top of the grid board with hot glue. Also, slightly glue the opening at the bottom. Sew the edges of the top and bottom 2 rounds of the fabric piece to the grid board. Next, take out the fish head fabric piece. Place the 2 fabric pieces with their wrong sides together. Sew the 2 sides of the fabric pieces together using the main color yarn. Make sure to sew the opening as well. Avoid any notches. After sewing, slip the fabric piece over the fish head grid board. Sew the edges of the top and bottom 2 rounds of the fish head fabric piece to the grid board. Secure them in place. Next, divide the light strip into 2 sections. Sew a few stitches along the edges of the 2 fabric pieces. Here's what it looks like after sewing. This secures the light strip to the fabric piece. Now, cut 2 shaping wires about 13 cm in length. Remove the outer layer. Then, connect the fish head and the fish body at the top and bottom. Next, assemble the fish tail. Insert the light strip into the fish tail grid board. Divide the light strip into 2 sections. Sew each section to the sides of the fish tail grid board. Note, don't sew too close to the edges. Sew roughly in the middle. After sewing the light strip, sew the sides of the fish tail fabric piece. Then, slip it over the grid board. Then, sew around the wider edge. After sewing, use the stripped shaping wire to secure the top and bottom of the fish body and the fish tail. Next, take out the pattern for the fish tail skeleton. Cut a shaping wire to the corresponding length. Then, following the outline of the pattern, shape the fish tail skeleton. Start from the shortest position here. Leave a bit of space at the front. Then, wrap the shaping wire according to the outline of the pattern. Continue to the bottom position. Wrap 2 rounds at the very bottom to secure it. Then continue wrapping. At the bottom position, wrap 2 rounds to secure it. Continue wrapping the remaining part. After wrapping, fold the starting position back and secure it. Then, wrap the excess shaping wire here to secure it. Wrap and secure the excess shaping wire here. Once completed, adjust the shape slightly according to the pattern. This way, one fishtail frame is completed. Use the same method to wrap another identical fishtail frame. After both are completed, sew and secure them on either side of the fishtail mesh panel. Sew and secure them in place. Sew the top and bottom ones together to complete. Once both fishtail frames are secured, cut 3 shaping wires about 8 cm in length. Secure these 3 adjacent positions. Fix them separately. Note that you should secure both frames together. This way, the fishtail frame is completed. Next, cut a piece of chiffon to the corresponding dimension. Pay attention to the texture, don't cut it the wrong way. The side with the striped texture is narrower. After cutting, seal one of the long edges. Once the edge is sealed, fold the chiffon along the long edge. Then sew along the folded edge. While sewing, match it with the frame. Sew until you reach the middle fixed point. When you reach the corresponding position, don't trim the yarn tail yet, then unfold the chiffon. Next, pick up the new yarn, and sew the edge of this long side. After sewing, pull the yarn tight. Then compare the width here to the fishtail. The sewing marks should face inward. The width should be roughly half of the fishtail grid. Then set it aside. Cut another piece of chiffon. Make it the same shape as here. After both pieces are completed, sew the top of both pieces onto the fishtail grid. Note that the width of both pieces should be the same. The sewing position in the middle of the chiffon should align with the middle of the frame. Sew the top of both pieces together. After securely sewing the top of the chiffon to the grid, sew the sides of both chiffon pieces together. Make sure the sewing traces face inward. Sew both sides together. After both sides are sewn, check the middle sewing position. If it has not reached the middle fixing point, you can sew a few more stitches. Then trim any excess yarn tails. Then, on the inside of the chiffon, use hot glue to slightly adhere it to the fishbone. Do this for both pieces. Make sure to lay the chiffon flat when gluing. Glue along the contour of the fishbone securely. Align the middle sewing position with the center of the fishbone. Be mindful not to apply too much hot glue. A few spots will do. Once done, take out the water-soluble pen. Draw the shape of the fish tail on the chiffon. Then cut off the excess parts along the drawn lines. Finally, seal the edges along the cut parts. Finally, sew the very edge of the fishtail piece to the mesh board securely. After sewing, take out the sequin motif. Glue it around the narrowest part of the fishtail piece. This way, the assembly part is now complete. Next, let's make the decorations. First, make the lower fin. Cut the chiffon according to the pattern. After cutting, seal the edges. Then, fold the top part in half. Next, fold the sides outward. After folding, sew the fin to the corresponding position. The folding method for the 4 fins below is the same. Just sew them all in place. The 2 slightly bigger ones should be sewn to the front of the fish body. The smaller ones should be sewn to the bottom of the fishtail. Next, let's make the upper fin. First, cut the chiffon fabric. Then, sew a circle around the edge. Next, on the top of the fish body, secure it with pins. Secure and fold to create pleats. Make sure the fins are from tallest to shortest. Secure them evenly. After securing, slightly adjust the shape. Then, sew it onto the fish body fabric piece. Once completed, glue blue acrylic rhinestones on the fish body and tail. Pay attention to the position and direction of the rhinestones. Finally, crochet the head decorations. After crocheting, glue them on both sides of the fish head. This way, the decorative part is also explained. Up to this point, all the challenging parts of this fish lamp have been covered. If you encounter any issues during the process, if there are still unclear parts, you can contact our customer service, Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.